Alright, what's up guys? So today I'm going to go over how to modify your bolstering in your WRX seats. So the other day when I was driving home, I was just kind of looking at the seats while I was in traffic, and I was thinking, man, if I could just kind of squeeze in the bolstering right here, that'd be really nice, you know, it'd really plant me in my seat a lot more. So I had the idea, and then I just looked on, I just Googled it real quick, and I found someone that had done it on a forum. And what they used was this foam seat cushion stuff. I got this at Walmart. It was about $6, $6.50 or something like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to modify your seats. It probably only takes about 10 to 15 minutes per seat. It's really quite easy to do. So I would recommend it. You know, if you want your seats to just feel really good. I mean, I would probably compare them to, you know, similar to a BMW sports seat or something like that. You know, where it's maybe not an adjustable bolstering, but it definitely gives you a lot of really nice side bolstering just to hug your body, keep you in on those turns. So I have not done the passenger side yet, so I'm going to show you guys how to do that, and I'll give you guys a quick comparison of what the passenger side looks like compared to the driver's side. So right now you can see, so if I press my body fully against this left side of the bolstering, I have, I don't know, probably, you know, I have about 2.5 inches, maybe 3 inches between me and the other side of the bolstering. So I'm going to go over to the other side and show you what that one looks like. Alright, and I'm back. So let me show you a little bit of how the bolstering looks on this side. So if I press my body fully against, what you can see is actually I'm fully tucked in right here. I don't even have a gap. If I'm pressing against here, I can't even fit my hand between there. So, I mean, now it's literally, when I'm sitting normally between this spot, I only have about 1 inch. But when I'm looking towards my actual back of where I'm sitting, it's tight. I'm in the seat, I'm firmly planted, and you know, I can now take a corner, and you know, I have that bolstering to keep me planted. I'm not having to put my knee against the door or brace myself as much anymore. So be careful, because I did cut myself last night, so there are some sharp edges in there, so just be aware of that. I mean, you know, it's kind of part of what happens though working on cars. You cut yourself pretty easily. So let's start on this side and just watch and learn. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is just move your chair to the fully forward position, so that it's like for a shorter person basically, right? So that you have the most working area back here. The next thing you're going to want to do is, if you've ever noticed the back of the Subaru seats, there's 2 zippers. So what you do, take your fingers, grab down in here, you will feel, and you should be able to pull out the zipper. We'll pull those out on both sides. Alright, so once we pull the zippers out, we're just going to go ahead and unzip the zippers. We're just going to zip them up. Alright, so from there, underneath this, there's a little plastic channel that this piece tucks into. So what you're going to want to do is just pull straight down until this pulls out. If you put your finger back up in here, you should be able to feel this little plastic piece right here. That is where this folds and tucks into. So when you reapply it, it folds up underneath and will tuck back up in there. So what I like to do next is just take this seat cushion, go ahead and take your seat belt, just wrap it around the top of the seat. Yeah, just go ahead and take your seat belt, wrap it around the top of the seat. That way you're just keeping this up and out of the way. So a previous modification that I've done, a previous modification that I've actually done was when I was out at an autocross event. A guy was telling me, hey, have you done the little trick to get you more bolstering in your seats? And I said, no, I haven't heard about that. So what he told me is basically to unclip these top 2 clips on this metal bracketing. So what that does is allows your body to to push back farther because these springs are not restricting you. And in doing so, you also leave the bottom one intact. So I'm gonna just pull this back. The bottom one intact. In doing that, that gives you more lumbar. Okay, so to unclip the lower one, what I figured out is a really easy way. Basically, this piece right here is just clipped on. So what you wanna do is just pull that back, make that even so you can, and you just wanna pull that off there. This piece will actually just separate, pulling off on this yellow area. So just pull that out. Then what you can do is kind of get in there. The hardest thing to do is to get this clip off, because it has to come out at a steep angle. So if you do that, remove it. Remember that this clip piece goes on the inside, and then I would just probably clip it back on so you're basically not forgetting what row it goes onto. So once again, when you get this hook off, you can actually press against the seat here, rotate in. You can rotate in, and that's going to help you get this clip all the way off. All right, so once you get the back off, which if you have two hands, it's pretty simple. Okay, once you get the back off, now you have this area right here. So when you're pressing here, this is basically where you're putting the padding, okay? Real deep up in there. Okay guys, so next what I recommend to do is sit in the seat and get a good idea of where you're trying to add the bolstering. So you kind of want to, I mean for me, I kind of want to add it lower. My wife's smaller than I am, so I'm going to add quite a bit more in here just to keep her really planted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace out this area, a basic outline of this onto the foam. You'll take your foam piece, place it up against the seat, and then you can take your pocket knife. Now I advise against this because I'm obviously cutting right by the seat, but I'm not going to go deep at all. I'm just going to do a quick trace outline of that. So you can see I just kind of traced that on there. So now I would recommend taking that foam, right? Either doing this on free air, or you could maybe do this on the ground or something, but okay, so now I have that piece of foam cut out, so you can kind of see I'm just kind of following the basic contour of the seat bolstering right here. So we'll take this piece of foam here, let's go ahead and flip it to the other side. That way what you're doing is basically making a mirror image. Now go ahead and trace that with your knife back onto the foam. So again, we have a nice little cut on there. I'm going to go ahead and just place this in the back seat. Alright, and then I'm going to cut this one out. Okay, so just to give you guys an idea, see, the patterns, it's pretty much the same. Fairly even. I mean, I could have done that better if I was outside the car. But anyways, that's the basic idea. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to insert this from the back side of the seat. Basically how you insert the foam. So I'm going to take it like the same way when I place it on the front, and we're going to push this back, right? So if you can see all the way in there, basically what we're doing, we're taking the foam, side bolstering is. So I like to tuck it right around this metal railing right here, this metal frame that it has, because I feel like that gets it the most up there. So just kind of do that, and then what I'm doing is just stuffing some more excess foam down here at the bottom, which is going to bring us in tighter. So whatever you do on one side, make sure to do it to the other side. That way it feels even. so just after adding one piece of the padding into here, I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. So now you can see, okay, so without the support in there also, what you notice a lot is that you get a lot more contouring, right? So it'll actually contour to your body just from your overall weight in the seat. So when I put that piece back, it may be a little less, but what you can see right now is, I mean, it is very tight in there. So it's, see, I'm gonna stay in my seat really good. So just go ahead and add as much foam as you want. I would just, you know, fit it to how you need it, and then I'll show you guys how to just button it back up. So one other thing I'm gonna do also is I'm just gonna add a little bit of lumbar support here. So I'm probably just gonna take some of this excess foam, and where your back would normally rest in the seat, I'm gonna put that in there too. And what that's gonna do is make more of an arch for the hump of your back, which is gonna give you a little bit more lumbar support. So I'm gonna do that, and now I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall just the bottom springs. I'm actually gonna keep the top springs off these tabs like I had before. Another thing I've seen people do, which you could try if you want, is people actually just take these springs and they bend them out. They just make them less straight so that you're going to get more curvature for your back, because this is a lot of your back support. So we'll try that. Reinstall this in reverse order. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these clips back off, and I'm going to reinstall them, because it's almost impossible to get those things on there unless you take these off. So you're going to take this off and thread it back. You see the little black clip right here? There's a hole in the back of that. You have to thread this clip through. So go ahead and do that on each side. Okay, so after you clip those on, what you're going to go ahead and do is reinstall this portion of the bars. Okay, so once you get everything reinstalled, these clips are kind of a struggle, but you know, just turn them sideways to where you can get this little in piece so that it doesn't interfere clicking on here, and then it becomes pretty easy. The other thing I did do, you guys can kind of see it, is I bent out these rails. So I just took the rails, which is just this wire. I was kind of just flattening it out. That way I have the ability to sit deeper in the seat. So I'm gonna take you guys to the front. So now I'm just kind of gonna go through how you just put the seat back. So I'm gonna leave these undone. This is where I added the lumbar support, and it feels really good in the front of the seat. So this plastic, I mean, if you want, I don't know, you could do whatever you want with it, I guess. It just kind of stays in there. Take this seatbelt off that was holding this back. Now I'm gonna go back down to my little black plastic piece, right? You're gonna angle it up, because by this time it might have gotten sucked back under just a little bit, okay? And you want to take this piece, tuck it up, tuck it right up in there. It's gonna click, and it's gonna hold it tight. And then just redo the zippers. It's pretty easy. Maybe a little tighter now, just because we've added a little bit of foam into it. So, you know, just work the zippers. Okay, so once you complete that, zipping them all the way up, just go ahead and just re-tuck these zippers back up into the seat, and you're done. So that's it, guys. You know, without recording this, I don't know, it probably took about 25 minutes. You know, if you're recording it, obviously it's gonna take. All right, so overall, I think it's a really great modification. It's very simple, only costs about $6. And really, what can you do for $6? I mean, you can't really do much. Get a cup of coffee or something like that. That's not really a modification for your car. But a little bit of time, maybe about an hour, to do both sides, you know, just to kind of figure it out and place all your stuff together. And then, you know, if you don't like it, go ahead and pull the foam back out. You know, what do you got to lose? So try it out, guys. Please like or subscribe. I hope you like this video, and I'll keep more coming. All right, see you guys later. Bye.